Welcome, everybody to Seeing Stars. Yes, we're gonna wait on Jay News. He should be here in a minute. See, we already have a comment. ALW says, "Morning, y'all. Happy you're back live so I can crash the show in the chat. Here's my question of the day: Why TNA for Okada? Why not AEW? Is he likely to stay in TNA? I don't know. He has more relationships in AEW and WWE. Maybe he just doesn't want the back and forth or pulling, but it seems like he's just making his world tour. Maybe he is going to WWE and how you just stop by your old house before you leave. Then maybe that's one of those. Yep, he said, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go over some of the housekeeping things. First of all, this is the schedule. Today you are here with me and J News for Seeing Stars. We are incorporating more indie shows. We just want to make sure that they are accessible to everyone. Tomorrow you catch the OGs of the Workhorse Wrestling Network, ALW, CM, Anika, Sammy, all at the cookout talking hot topics, playing fire games. Wednesdays are all for Not with ALW and Sammy Joe talking all things WWE. Thursday is ALW and Anika, Aftermath of Dynamite, talking all things AEW. Then you have Friday. The kids are running the asylum. Anika and Sammy are doing Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Saturday morning, the parents are back in the building under the radar, talking TNA, BTE, ROH, MLW. Short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. They make sure they get you in and get you the information you need, and then they get you out. Saturday evening, it's Black Girl Magic. Now, normally me, Anika, and CM are together. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes lately, because the girl is busy, it's just CM and Anika, and I'm just hanging out in the background. And then on Sunday is Into the Square Circle with ALW and Sammy. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand that there's been a little bit of, we've had some shows missing, some things have been going on. We're going to get back on track soon. So just bear with us. And let's welcome our friend J News to the building. Hi, J News.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. It is Monday, January 29th, and we're back live. So things are happening. How are you doing today, Dolores?
I would say okay, a little tired. I've been a little busy. Um, if most people don't know, I now not only run my channel and Workhouse Wrestling Network, but I run two other channels. So I've been a busy soul. So trying to get everything of all the things, see everything, put things together, run things. So I woke up a little tired this morning, and then my headphones. Every time I connect on StreamYard, you've done me like this plenty of times. It will just straight up kick me out of the studio. So I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna go with no headphones.
Gotcha.
News, we have a question for ALW. He wants to know about TNA for Okada. Why not AEW or WWE? Is he likely to stay in TNA?
The TNA thing I have no idea about because I haven't seen that anywhere. He appeared in TNA the last couple of weeks because he was doing some dates there, but he hasn't signed there. So
Yeah.
Remember, those shows get pre-recorded at the beginning and at the end of the month for TNA. So he was just doing some one shots for TNA, but he's not signed there necessarily. So that would have been pretty big news via the internet if he got signed to TNA. I would have heard about this, and that would have been all over my timeline. And
Oh, no,
from what I understand, it is not.
no.
So-
As I explained earlier when he first put the question in there, I
Mm,
kind of feel like the best way to describe it is when you are about to leave your town and you just go by and visit your old house
sure.
just for reminiscence purpose. Like, I used to be here and I'm better than this now. I'm about to go on by. Yeah, that's what you do.
Mm. Basically,
But let's
basically,
do,
he was making the rounds. He was tapping in with the good brothers from the Motor City Machine Guns, and trying to make sure that he still has a uh, a decent relationship with TNA, just in case they want to offer him a ton of money and stuff
yeah,
like that. Because the word for years had always been that Okada hated TNA, so he made sure that he didn't have that particular stain on his career, and that if he would have the leg up on negotiating power if and when it took place. That's just more or less my belief.
ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into review time. Also, after reviewing and then we previewing, I have a special announcement. On WrestleMania weekend, ladies and gentlemen, the next show after WrestleMania weekend, that Monday, I can tell you this. I won't be covering anything but GCW, ladies and gentlemen. And quickly, we're going to talk about why. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, GCW has the collective, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. And when I mean the collective, we're going to go over this real quick. At 11 a.m. on the 4th, I start my day by watching the Defy show. Then 4 p.m., Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Then at 8 p.m., DDT, which I always love. JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling, at 12 a.m., okay? Then we go to the 5th at 11 a.m., Tokyo Joshi Pro. Then 3 p.m., we have Progress Wrestling. 7 p.m. is Joey Janela Spring Break 8. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when I made this, as we all know, I make it close to the original graphic. This is hilarious. And then he literally has under the bottom of Spring Break 8, yo, Virgil, I did it. Again, at 12 a.m., I will be up for GCW's For the Culture. On the 6th, we have Effie's Big Gay Brunch 9 at 2:30 p.m. We have GCW versus Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Joshi Pro.
And then at 12 a.m., Joey Janela Spring Break Cluster Forever. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, as you see, there's about 4 shows every day. Not to mention, I probably will be on that WrestleMania show and the NXT show they have. So when I say we are going to be busy around here, we will be busy. And then on the 12th, the following week, we have Windy City Riot with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okay? So April is a busy month for me, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So he don't have to cry river like I will. Okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, just a heads up. We are still looking for other shows. Looking into Noah. I catch them early in the morning. We still want to do Stardom, but again, if you've ever seen Stardom, it's like finding that long lost brother or sister you ain't seen in 60 years. You have to really fight to find it. So we're gonna start off, ladies and gentlemen, with our third show that we had last week that we previewed. It was Mox versus Gringo from Wrestling Revolver, ladies and gentlemen. It was a really good show, and I caught it. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Masha Slamovich defeating Jake something. We had Ace Austin with Gia Miller defeating Matthew Palmer. In the 7-way scramble match, we had Brent Oakley defeating Casey Jacobs, Damian Chambers, Myron Reed, Rich Swann, The Pledge, and Warhorse. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't not seen the new Warhorse, he is he's no longer the fun like play around almost like Ultimate Warrior kind of character. He is a badass, and he's very like slick hair back, kind of like cool walking. I enjoyed the new Warhorse. Makes me happy. Last man standing match, JT Dunn defeated Sammy Callahan. That was a knockout drag out fight, ladies and gentlemen. We had for the PWR Tag Team 4-way match. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Grizzled Young Veterans defeated Red, which consisted of Alex Colon and Ricky Shane Page, the Rascals, which was Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, and the Second Gear Crew, which had one Kyle Manders and Matthew Justice. For the Revolver / PWR remix title, best 2 out of 3 falls, Alex Shelley won, defeating Jake Chris. And as you see, Jake Chris got the first pinfall, but Alex Shelley got the last 2. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we had Mustafa Ali coming out to challenge somebody. He's still on his world tour. And then we had essentially the locker room come out and tell Alex Shelley he has a big head and that he needs to be taken down. And then the last match of the night was Jon Moxley defeating Gringo Loco. Ladies and gentlemen, if you saw this intro into this, it was funny. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard, because I heard it when they initially set up the match, but to hear it throughout the night was funny, because Gringo Loco said, Jon Moxley, you walk around and you think because you big and bad and got an ugly face that you tough, but I got an ugly face too. And I was like, why did you just say that? Why did you just say that? But I would suggest you go back and watch this. Also, Steve Macklin on this show defeated Max Warner. That was a good thing. Like, see, ALW says he appreciates you answering his question, Jaden.
Try to.
Yep. See, Moxley is your spirit animal, but Gringo Loco is your twin. Okay? So if, ladies and gentlemen, one day next week, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put. I already have one picture I know I put together, and I'm gonna say it, and immediately as soon as I say it, you're gonna be like, I'm so right. What's his name on NXT? I have forgotten his name, but he looks like the Geico caveman. And AOW and Gringo Loco are the same person. You can't tell me. I think AOW been missing some time because he's been out here on indie. Ladies and gentlemen, the next day, well, no, the same day. No, this Friday, it was Saturday and Sunday, whatever. Game Changer Wrestling had Look at Me. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at it. Leo Rush defeated Jack Cartwheel. Masha Slamovich defeated Alley Cash, Dark Sheik, and Lindsay Snow. We had a hardcore 6-man tag match. Los Macisos and Rina Yamashita defeated Garbage Daddies. Yes, I said that right. Garbage Daddies. They beat them. And Mr. Danger. Tony Deppen defeated Mansoor. And something that let's go back. Something that warmed my heart. Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu defeated the main event of Jay Lion and Midas Black. I enjoyed that match because it's like I can see the potential now. I've seen Zilla wrestle, but to see him wrestle with Jacob is like I need them as a tag team in the major league.
I saw some sort of clip of them together over the weekend, and I was like, "Oh, this is good. This is gonna hit, and it might hit the wrestling the wrestling universe, and this might gain some traction real quick and whatnot, especially if it goes well. And it seemed that it went well, so hopefully things shape up for the two of them. So that's it.
We had a hardcore match where ALW twin Gringo Loco defeated John Wayne Murdoch. For the GCW tag team titles, we had Violence is Forever defeating Culture Inc. We had the American Giant defeat the local competitor. And for the GCW World title, we had Blake Christian defeat Marcus Mathers. And in the grudge match of Effie versus Mance Water, it became a no contest because essentially Mance and Effie were biting, fighting, scratching, throwing. It was bloody. And for GCW to say a no contest, you know how it had to get back. Ladies and gentlemen, the next day, my favorite show, which I have so much fun with, is Effie's Big Gay Brunch 8, hosted by Polio Damar. Listen, love her, love her. We had Keita Murray defeated Noah. We had the Creeps defeat the Runaway. We had Rico Gonzalez defeat Jay Vidal. For the six-way scramble, we had Sabre defeat Josh, Caitlin, Khan, Ron, and Daughter. Okay? We had a hardcore match. Billy Dixon defeated Akira. Paro defeated Karam. Dark Sheik defeated Shay Monet. And a hardcore match after that, we had Sawyer Rick defeat Lindsay Snow, which, ladies and gentlemen, they and Miss Fox, not Alicia Fox, but Fox was in Lindsay's corner. And they had a moment in the match where they just had a kiss off. They all just started kissing each other. And then Sawyer hit Lindsay in the back with a chair after she was like, this got to end. And Bussy defeated Eminem, that is Mansoor, and Mace. Okay? Now we're going to get into some things. J News, did you see any of New Japan?
Over the week, no. Unfortunately, my work schedule changed, so it takes up the majority of my day now. So I haven't been able to watch any full shows. I know as to what's going on and what's happened, but as to comment as to how good matches were and all that stuff or whatever, no.
I would like to say I was all hyped for this little boat event, and when we get to it, you're gonna see why I didn't even take my time to find it. Okay? I didn't even take my time to find it. Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, if I ain't seen it live, I will, because I have to do this for the graphics, do the graphic and then go back and watch it. Once I saw the 2 days, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, when we get to it, 2 days, it's 2 slides. They tell you why I was angry. Okay? So we are on the road to the new beginning, ladies and gentlemen. And on this day, the first day, I think it was the 23rd, we had Murashima and Taguchi defeat Shoma and Yo.
Mm-hmm.
United Empire defeated the Bullet Club. We had the Bullet Club defeat Gorillas of Destiny. In this match, we had Chase Owens, Kenta, Taiji Ishimori defeat El Phantasma, Hikuleo, and Jado. TMDK defeated Chaos. We had House of Torture defeat Shota Umino, Tama Tonga, and Makabe. For the next match, we had Just Five Guys defeat Los Ingobernables de Japón. And for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, El Desperado defeated Kanemaru.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I was like, why do you know the frustration when you like, I don't see these matches like 9,000 times, and then on top of that, we had the one match at the end, which I already knew who was gonna win, because I was like, if Kanemaru wins, what was the purpose of Desperado getting in the championship in the first place?
Right.
You know what,
but what I did hear was that the match was actually pretty good. So
it was good.
Yeah, the Desperado versus Kanemaru match. Like when it comes to those two, because Kanemaru is still a pro's pro, they'll definitely put on quality matches. I never doubt Despy. So it was good to hear that the internet was clamoring that the match was good. Outside of that, yeah, everything else was just a repeat of what had been going on. The other Road 2 shows and the other New Beginning shows. So yeah.
ALW said China's president Baguetto still booking New Japan.
Correct. From the information that I know and that I have, yeah, that seems to be the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the 24th, we still on that road. And once we get to the previews, we'll realize this road is long. It is long. Okay. Oleg Boltin and Shoma defeated Murashima and Yano. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Tiger Mask. The Bullet Club defeated Gorillas of Destiny with Taguchi. House of Torture defeated El Desperado, Tama Tonga, Homna, and Yo. Bullet Club defeated United Empire, which it hurts me to say. It hurts me. Hurts me every time I got to say that. And I have to say that 9,000 times. Los Ingobernables de Japón defeated Just Five Guys of Tachi, Taka, and Yuya. And Just Five Guys defeated Los Ingobernables de Japón in the next match of Doki and Sonata defeating Hiromu and Naito. For the never open weight 6-man title, Chaos and Tanahashi defeated TMDK. Is it just me? It can't be me. But as long as they've had this open weight title, you would think at what point in moment, especially now that Okada is leaving, they would just ask Tana to just come on into the Chaos group.
Yeah, no, because it's Tana and he's been part of Hontai this entire time. It wouldn't have benefited anybody in that particular perspective. They're all still fan favorites, so it doesn't really matter if he were to join Chaos or not, I think. So that's that part about it. So
I always feel like every time I read this, it makes my skin boil. They have to be like Chaos and Tana. This is basically like, man, you might as well just say you riding with them, y'all fight together, y'all just might as well just say y'all are together. And Shota Umino, Jay News' favorite person he's been shooting in the gym with, finally defeated Ren Narita.
It's interesting because with what's been going on over the last week or so, and people basically wanting to step up and folks wanting to crown Shooter the next face of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Having him win his match versus Ren Narita here wasn't necessarily built up any differently than their previous matches, which it wasn't necessarily that big of a deal, right? They need to really build this up to be a big deal. I think that um, turning Ren heel, to use the wrestling terminology, was a good idea, but him being a part of House of Torture still, to me, lacks a little bit and whatnot. But they did have that particular singles match. Zack Sabre Jr. still um, warming up and beating the crap out of these wrestlers. Yeah, he's having singles matches for his match versus Bryan Danielson coming up. Same thing with Bryan Danielson over in AEW with his match with Nagata over the weekend. So those dudes are staying in tip top shape for one another. But yeah, the New Japan stuff, outside of the insinuation, or should I say, not even the insinuation, the little backstage walk off of Gabe Kidd being told to STFU by David
Yeah,
Finlay, and Clark Connors not liking the comment either.
yeah.
Seems like they're starting some dissension there, so we'll see how that pans out. So yeah, some things are coming out of the Road 2 shows, but not too much so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the part of the show where I'm going to put this graphic up. I'm not going to scream. I'm just going to say, God damn it. Why did I have to even look? Listen, I thought y'all were going to have some matches. When I saw that you all had 3 matches, I was like, y'all going to add a lot more. But ladies and gentlemen, fool the hell out of me. They only had 3 matches. Both nights, 3 matches. 3. That's why I didn't even watch it. Was it worth my time? No, I wasn't going to go look for 3 matches. Listen, I know next time not to be looking for them. You strong splash my behind. United Empire defeated Tiger Mask, Makabe, and Yo. Los Ingobernables de Japón defeated Oleg Boltin and Shota Umino. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Taguchi, and Yano defeated House of Torture. Yay, did the Lord's work. And you only can guess what happened the next day. Shota Umino, Tiger Mask, and Yo defeated United Empire. Los Ingobernables de Japón defeated Taguchi and Makabe. And Hiroshi Tanahashi, Oleg Boltin, and Yano defeated House of Torture. I want to say yay, but I'm so upset. J News.
Yes.
I just walked into that door and there was nothing there. It hurt me.
Listen, I think that a lot of the time when it comes to some of these randomly named or randomly sponsored shows, I tend to stay away from them because it's like, this is new. This is too new for it to really matter. So I just figured they were doing something that they were tagging on the tails of something that seems to be popular in Japan at the moment, with that whole boat show thing. But it wasn't necessarily anything that was going to have too much weight to what's going on in New Japan on a regular basis. So
I know I couldn't have been the only one hurt because it was listed that over 1,000 people were there to watch 3 shows. It was, come on now, New Japan. I took more effort in putting in the graphic together than you did to book this show. Come on now. This is crazy. Listen, I get mad because I'm like, you don't wasted my time for 3 matches? And then you didn't even change it the next day. You just pretty much gave it the same people the same type of, come on.
Yeah, man, it's like I say all the time, Dolores. I mean, good brothers got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
some new brothers to get paid. Let somebody else get paid. Please, Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment because my brother J News is good at going a little bit quicker than I am. We're going to preview what's coming up. So I'm going to let you know that this is day 4 of the Road 2 on the 1st of February, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to preview these matches.
Right on. We got Oleg Boltin and Shomakato versus Katsuya Murashima and Togi Makabe. We have Desperado, Master Wato, and Toru Yano versus House of Tortures, Shoyo Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi. We then have Shota Umino, Tomoaki Hame Yo versus the House of Tortures, Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita. Bullet Club, Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimura versus Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo, and Jado. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryusuke Taguchi, Tiger Mask, and Tomohiro Ishii versus TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nickel, Shane Hastings, Zack Sabre Jr. United Empire's Callum Newman, Francisco Akira, Henare, Jeff Cobb, and TJP versus Bullet Club War Dolls, Alex Coughlin, Clark Carnos, David Finley, Drilla Maloney, and Gabe Kidd. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu, Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji versus Just Five Guys, Doki Sonata, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Yuya Uemura.
Ladies and gentlemen, next day, another road to on the 3rd of February. Here we go.
Running it off, Katsuya Murashima and Oleg Bolton versus Shomokato and Togi Makabe. We then have El Desperado, Toru Yano, and Yo versus House of Tortures, Sho Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi. We then have Master Wato, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Shota Umino versus House of Tortures, Dick Togo, Evil, and Ren Narita. Bullet Club, Chase Owens, Kenta, Taiji Ishimura versus Gorillas Destinies, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo, and Jado. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada, Tomoaki Hanma, and Tomohiro Ishii versus TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nickel, Shane Hastings, Zack Sabre Jr. United Empire's Francisco Akira, Hanara, Jeff Cobb, and TJ Peak, along with Callum Newman versus Bullet Club War Dolls, Alex Coughlin, Clark Connors, David Finley, Joe Maloney, and Gabe Kidd. We then have Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji versus Just Five Guys, Doki Sonata, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Yuya Uemura.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on day 6. It is on the 4th, the next day. Listen, I was like, and ladies and gentlemen, I have to schedule our like plans of what we do. And so when they do back to back multiple days, I be cringing because I'm like, oh wow. But I want to make sure because sometimes things do happen in between. Stuff happens. So we still will review it. We might not watch it, but we will review it.
Indeed. We have El Desperado, Oleg Bolton, Shota Umino, Toga Makabe, and Yoshihashi versus House of Torture members, Evil, Ren Narita, Shoyo Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi. Bullet Club, Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimura versus Gorillas Destiny, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo, and this time Tomoaki Hanma. TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nickel, Shane Hastings, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chaos members Tomohiro Ishii and Yo, along with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Ryusuke Taguchi. Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji versus Just Five Guys, Doki Sonata, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Yuya Uemura. Gabe Kidd versus Hanare, that should be a banger. Jeff Cobb versus Alex Coughlin, another banger. Non-title match, David Finley versus Callum Newman. The Prince of Pace should do some quality work here. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title match, Catch 2-2 versus Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors, and Drilla Maloney.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, out of all of this so far, this day is the only day I'm really looking forward.
The fourth is the day because it has more singles matches, less tag matches. It can lead to other things. For individual storylines that we get to follow into the main card storylines that happen on the 11th. And so, yeah. The 4th is a good.
They don't get a break because the next day, on the 5th, they are working.
We got a non-title match, Great Okan versus Katsuya Murashima for the what? But this is okay. I'm sorry. That's KOPW, right? So then we have Bullet Club, Chase Owens, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimura versus Gorillas of Destiny, Alpha Tasmo, Hikuleo, and Jado. El Desperado, Oleg Bolton, Shota Umino, Tomoaki Hanma, and Yo versus House of Torture members Evil, Ren Narita, Yosho, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi. TMDK, Fujita, Nichols, Haste, and Zaber Jr. versus Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Togi Makabe. United Empires, Callum Newman, Francisco Akira, Henare, Jeff Cobb, and TJP versus Bullet Club War Dolls, Coughlin, Connors, Finley, Drilla Maloney, and Gabe Kidd. Fashion Warfare Gauntlet match, Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yoda Tsuji versus Just Five Guys, Doki Sonata, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Yuya Uemura. I'm assuming that's like an elimination match, the Gauntlet match.
I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna not preview, but kind of set you up to know what we're gonna be doing for the next couple of weeks. Okay, won't be no matches, just telling you dates because that's what we've always done here is let you know what to look for, when to look for it. Okay. New Japan, the road to They are having shows in February after the ones we talked about. The next day on the 6th, the 8th, and the 9th. Okay. Then the New Beginning in Osaka is on the 11th. J News will have to hit this name.
It'll be the start of Fantastica Mania on February 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th.
And then we have the New Beginning in Sapporo, which will be 2 days in February, the 23rd and the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to preview the good people at GCW. They have the coldest winter that is on the 3rd of February. Coldest winter 2. We will have Chris Bay versus a man like Doris. Nick Nemeth versus Matt Cardona. Imagine I'm ready for it. I don't know if you're ready for it, because he's been on our show. Su Young is going to face Santana Jackson. The Undead Bride versus Michael Jackson. Can't wait for it. Hammerstone versus Charles Mason. For the GCW World Title, Blake Christian is champion versus Dark Sheep. The next day, we have GCW Field No Ways. We'll have Deathmatch Royalty, which is Broski Jimmy, Matt Cardona, and Steph DeLander versus Insane Clown Thristy, Alley Catch, Dark Pete, and Violent J. We have Hammerstone versus Richard Holiday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are also having this preview, no matches. Upcoming will be the Jersey Cup, okay? Session 1 is on the 9th. Session 2 is on the 10th, okay? After that, it will be GCW Touch the Sky on the 23rd. So those are our previews for what's happening, okay? That's what we'll be covering this month. And if we find something that's accessible out of that, then that's what will be option to. Let's go through some of the comments.
What do we have here?
Leo Rush is good. Is there any reason he seems to be stuck in the Indies? I think he's choosing at this point to stay in the Indies.
No, because I think last month when he came back, that being in December after being sick and all that stuff, or whatever the case is, he said that he wanted to be signed to a company. So right now, I think it's just
a lot of benches, though. I think at this point,
you're not wrong, but at the end of the day, as talented as he is, right, and as long as he goes out, I mean, he's always going to prove his worth in the ring, right? But as long as he goes out there and he stays professional and people put in a good word for him and stuff like that, and he shows a level of maturity, at least for a while, maybe a year, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
then he can
maturity, and I think that's the sad point is that he showed even with going through a lot in New Japan, he stayed there.
Yeah. He wanted to stay in New Japan, as he was thinking of uprooting his family and moving them into Japan for a bit, but then he did get sick, and that's really what derailed him in the year of 2023. Look, the last time I saw like a sit down interview with him with Chris Van Vliet, he seems like a more mature guy with more reasonable thought process and a lot of accountability and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does sign with a company. TNA seems like a company that would probably snap him up real quick, just because he, like you said, he has burned bridges with WWE and AEW.
And that's what I don't understand. Previously. He worked with TNA recently too, not that long ago, and then it just seemed like he just stopped working there. He's just been doing a lot of GCW and Wrestling Revolver and all those types of dates. It just seems like I know with the whole TK situation, that was a bridge.
Right.
With WWE, that was a bridge. I don't know what happened with TNA, but it just seems like he just stopped working with them. And then it's just indies, that's what he's been doing. But he's been killing it on the indies.
I mean, he
I
always, yeah,
can
he's,
say
yeah.
him, Myron Reed, there are like a handful of indie stars where I'm like, you all need to be in somebody's major company every week where I can see you do this every week. Because even as you see, they do this back to back. Sometimes, like for instance, the collective, a lot of them will do every day of a day, 2 to 3 days in a row. So it's like, if you can do that, I know you can do once a week on TV. ALWS, who will be Naito's first defense?
Naito spending too much time trolling on the internet and these interviews that he's doing and stuff like that, saying Sonata's not worth the hassle. I think he mentioned somebody else too. I'm
Yeah.
just forgetting who right now. Just trolling people on these interviews and stuff like that. I think it was who did he talk about? He said he was willing to give Oleg Boltin a chance. He feels like Oleg Boltin's the future of New Japan. So,
Listen, I died laughing when he said that, but I think it was New Year's Day where Sonata was like, "So I want my rematch," and
right.
he was like, "No, no," and he just kind of dismissed him. He's like, "Get in this ring and give it," and he was just like, and he just kept like holding the title up, like, "No, not gonna do it," and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's heavily trolling you,"
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
that's when
you know who it
that's when
was that he was
LIJ was
trolling
in the
as
ring.
well?
Oh,
Shooter. He was trolling
oh
Shooter. He said that Shooter has too much Tanahashi in him and that he needs to find himself
yeah.
and that when he's ready he can go he can find Naito.
He's the definition of like when I tell you when I win that I'm gonna come in and act brand new. That's
Mhm.
exactly what he's doing. And I'm like, I'm here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to A give my good brother J News a spotlight, and then we're gonna talk about his spotlight of the week.
So wait. Uh Spotlight of the week? Is that what I'm doing? I'm sorry.
Yes, yes.
All right, right. Spotlight of the week, folks. I decided. Dolores asked me, and I said right away, it's Kazuchika Okada. Why is it Okada? Why is Okada the spotlight of the week? Well, Okada's been in the news for the last 2 weeks. People wondering about his pending free agency. Where is he going? Where could he sign? Where could he show up next? Kazuchika Okada is one of the greatest pro wrestlers of our current generation. Wherever he goes, he will elevate that company and he will put on banger matches after banger matches. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about with Kazuchika Okada is how he will come off as a wrestling character if he decides to come. I mean, he's going to come west, but how he's going to come off as a wrestling character in the U.S. So that's the only thing that kind of worries me. But outside of that, man, you're gonna get a great professional wrestler, one of the better pros in the industry, and on top of everything else, man, he's a very likable dude. People really love Okada. People like to work with him and stuff. So praise due to Kazuchika Okada, and good luck on your future endeavors, brother. Go get the bag, and maybe, just maybe, Okada can start making more money than his wife. Yeah. Just wanted to say that. You're on mute, Dolores.
Listen, 2024 still fighting a great fight with the mute button. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to hit you out with a little saying before I get the spotlight back to J News. If you don't like to waste your time, if you want to see some good movies, make sure you hit this man up and you go support his social media, his page, go watch his stuff, like his stuff, because he's gonna give you some good information and you gonna make sure. Look, I like to watch movies, but I don't want to watch a bad movie. And if J News tell me it's a bad movie, you know what? You ain't gonna get my money. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. So
Yeah,
again,
man.
we're gonna spotlight the movie man J News.
Yeah, man. Your friendly neighborhood moviegoer, it is I. I am currently trying to shuffle things around to get my schedule in order because my new work schedule is not allowing me to go to the movies as much as I used to. So I'm trying to get that fixed so I can get back on the ball with this. So might just get um maybe maybe two movie reviews on a monthly basis. I think I might have to change the structure of the show, but stay tuned, folks, just because I'm trying to figure out the scheduling thing and how to better produce the show, and on top of everything else, how to stay on top of everything with my busier schedule as time goes on. So stay tuned. You can find me on all your favorite uh, podcast streaming services of choice. So stay tuned there. You can follow me on my socials, John LYFNMG over on the Twitter machine and also on Instagram as well. So thank you for listening. If you continue to do listen, and new stuff will be coming sooner rather than later.
Also, just a question. Because you
Mhm.
know, homegirl is a little techie and nerdy. Uh, will you be able to like review movies and stuff that are coming out on streaming services? But
I
sometimes I be looking at movies and I'm like, I want to watch that, but I don't know.
I don't pay as much attention to stuff on streaming as I should. I'm a movie theater goer. I did me and SP3 we were talking about like reviewing streaming shows and stuff like that, but that hasn't come to fruition as of yet. I wanted to cover some shows that are out now, to be honest, because I was very hyped for them. Like there's a Netflix show now called Griselda that stars Sofia Vergara that I wanted to watch and cover. One of my favorite shows that I started watching 2 years ago on Max called Tokyo Vice. I wanted to cover season 2 of that starts this week. And the new Apple TV Plus show that has Austin Butler in it. Right now, I'm forgetting the name of it and whatnot, but it has to do with World War II times and stuff like that, and um and just has a good cast. So I wanted to cover it's a mini. I think it's a 9-episode miniseries. Am I gonna do Oppenheimer? It's kind of late for me to do Oppenheimer. But, but quick review on Oppenheimer. Great movie, very long movie. If you don't mind movies that don't have too much action but are really enthralled with high levels of tension and drama and like stupendous cinematography, like Oppenheimer is for you, and like the sound design of that movie was incredible as well. So it's still in theaters. If folks want to go watch it in theaters, is actually they put it back out on IMAX this week with all the Oscar stuff going on. So if people want to go ahead and catch Oppenheimer, they can. I recommend that. That gets the stamp of approval. Just know that's going to be a good chunk of your day. So that's all I got to say about that.
Listen, I had someone get me into I pronouncing the name wrong. Studio
Ghibli?
Ghibli or
Yeah,
Ghibli or whatever.
it's
Yeah.
Ghibli. Yeah.
I am hooked on these little anime cartoons like
Mm-hmm.
they owe me money. I watch them on HBO Max and I'm like, where was I? How did I miss? You know, I'm used to like the American versions of like
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon and not these long, like adult drawn out stories. I was like, oh, okay, now I can get this is my bag. I think I'm getting a little bit into everything a little bit too much. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, now I'm sewing and I'm crafting and I'm doing social media stuff and graphics and building websites and doing this. And it's like, as soon as I see it, I'm like, I want to see it again. So listen, like I said, go to J News for your movies. Now, J News is your movie buff.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to ask me about Canva, making a graphic, I can help you with that, but I can't help you with nothing else. Okay, all of us got something we can do.
Right.
Uh, I would say on this channel, Sammy is the food critic. Anika also likes movies. She actually works at a movie theater. J News' movies. ALW can tell you what not to do. And CM can help you stay out of legal trouble. She is our legal advisor. Okay? So if you want to come to work on the Wrestling Network, we got you. We'll keep you out of jail and watching a good movie. Okay?
There
And
you go.
eating.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to run us up out of here real quickly, real quickly. Again, we know our brother, our good brother, and I want to say this again because I know it irked my co-host the other day. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna solo myself.
Hmm.
Uh, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. Okay, I want to say, A-Town down, buddy. Yes, we did it. We did it. We were justified, and we did it. Okay. Also, Cody helped get tickets and hotel rooms for the wrestling club. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, they still need, food and things that kids need to go outside of the state. So please support them by going to Twitter and Wildfire Perry. They sell popcorn, they sell merchandise, they sell everything, okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is our schedule. I don't have to run through it again. Hopefully, our good brother ALW can come back and everything get back on track because your girl is busy. I can't fill in. I can't. So I'm here on Monday. Maybe, maybe on a Saturday. Possibly you'll hear me on a Friday. But Tuesdays, the OGs are here to talk fire, hot topics and play fire games. Wednesday is all things that have to do with WWE, and that's all for night. Thursday is all things AEW, and that's Aftermath of Dynamite. Friday night fights, remember, the kids run the asylum. I'm telling you, I run backstage. I can't tell you what they're going to say or what they're going to do, but it's going to go viral. Okay? So make sure you're there to watch SmackDown and Rampage watch along. Wake up Saturday morning, the parents will come back home and making us clean up, and they're keeping it short and sweet by talking about TNA, BTE, ROH, MLW. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, get that black girl magic. You come in, you get help. It's a Y'all know Flicks Your Life on Saturday. Okay, during AEW Collision. Come in, have a good time. They will talk. They will answer your questions. They will have a great time. And then on Sunday, ALW and Sammy wake up and they choose violence because they go at each other for Into the Square Circle. My brother ALW ain't been winning, so let's pray for his winning. Okay? WWN watch alongs. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been slacking because we have some schedule changes. So when we get back to the regular set schedule, every watch along will be right in there so you can listen right as it happens. The cookout, normally a day by the end of the week, you definitely get this on all social medias. We are on all these social medias. Amazon, Spotify, YouTube Audio, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Radio Public. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're saying, I got a notification that one of these services, two of these services are changing how they do things. Once we finally get that figured out on their end, we'll definitely let you know. Because I think, is it Google Podcasts? It may
Yes,
be.
it's Google
Yeah.
Podcast, Dolores. Yeah, because I got the same email last week from them as
Yeah.
well. Mhm.
And so I'm like, they are saying that you can move. I literally have every one of these platforms. So when I tried to move my Google Podcast to my Amazon Music, there was some conflict. So I'm trying to make sure when I get it straightened out, I can tell you all how you all can transfer your playlists and things to the next place. So there's no problem. You don't lose us. We don't lose you.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on all social medias: Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, TikTok, everywhere. Everywhere you want to be, we're there for you. Okay. Also, we have two retro watch alongs. Hopefully, another one will be coming. Retro watch alongs, because I know some people had some confusion. Retro watch alongs is where we go back in the time machine and go watch wrestling companies or specific people and their different matches that are from a long time ago that we might have even forgotten about or that we love and haven't seen in so long. Ladies and gentlemen, April, again, busy month for Workhorse Wrestling Network. They will have a Workhorse Wrestling Hall of Fame induction that is on April 2nd. So make sure you're there for that. And last but not least, don't make me debo you and you don't come to Jay News's pages and support him, okay? Make sure you're there. Don't make me do the Hulk Hogan. Be there or be square, brother. Don't make me do that, okay?
Oh man, people are gonna. It's gonna take some time, because the consistency isn't there as I wanted to be. But hopefully, folks will like the stuff that's already up there, and I'll continue to do my best to post and maybe just like I said before, reconfigure the format of my podcast, and I might just have to do 1 or 2 episodes a month and just put all of my reviews in a bunch and whatnot, and just list them off and things of that nature, just so I can keep things going and whatnot. So we'll see.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our show for this January 29th. We appreciate you. As I say, we gotta cut the lights out. That you get me getting a little hot around here. We gotta get it on out of here. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, until then, we want to say peace.